So my name is Blitz, and I am one of the founders of Skinnydip. I think to really just get a bit of a wider knowledge of the industry, to try and understand some of the pitfalls that you could fall into when trying to set up a business, and some of the key areas to focus on of where there could potentially be growth, and how you can sort of spot opportunities and then capitalize and grow and go after those opportunities. I love actually meeting with students because they come with so much passion and enthusiasm and excitement for the industry, and it's always refreshing to see that, to see people that are actually excited by the industry and haven't been kind of worn down from the years of doing it. And I think also to just try and give back, because I know that when we started out, I was desperate to meet people that had been there and done it and understood the industry. And I was very fortunate that we were able to, over those first few years, meet with different people, and the insights they gave me were invaluable. So I feel there's almost an obligation and a duty to give that back and reciprocate that, and kind of pass that knowledge and experience on, and just try and give the kind of next generation as much help and advice and support as possible. For me, when you see someone come in and they're really driven, they're really excited, they want to make things happen, that to me tops anything. And as I said to them, I would sooner hire that person who's got a really great attitude, who's a really lovely person, who's going to spread positivity in the organization and work their hardest. I'd rather hire that person than someone who may be slightly better at, maths or English or design or whatever it is, but actually has a bad attitude and isn't going to kind of bring that positivity that we need. So to me, it's passion and enthusiasm as an absolute must. I think if you want to start your own brand, you have to be ready to put in a serious amount of work and go through a lot of stress and a lot of aggravation. It's not going to be easy. I think people think the sort of dream scenario of I don't have to have a boss and I can work for myself and I can do what I want. With a boss, it comes with a safety net of I'm going to get paid this much at the end of every single month going into my bank account as long as I do my job. And actually, if I do my job well, I can grow in that job and I can move forward. And I think that, and I think sometimes it's a good place to start is to go out and work your way up through the industry before going out and doing something on your own. I think that doing something on your own is harder work than getting a job. It really means that there is no 9 to 5, it's 9 till 9. And even when you're asleep, you're thinking about your business. And especially once you start employing people, now you're the person that has to make sure that there's a payment made. Right? It's not about money coming in at the end of the month. You're now thinking about money going out at the end of every month and making sure that you fulfill that obligation and that responsibility to all of your staff, not just financially, but also emotionally, and making sure that they feel happy and they feel motivated. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from starting a business. I want to encourage people to start a business. I think that there's so many incredible entrepreneurs that could be coming out of the Fashion Retail Academy and just throughout the industry. But I think that they need to know what they're getting themselves in for, which is really living and breathing the business and the brand that they create. And if you do that, you can create something incredible. 100%. And I've worked with the Fashion Retail Academy, I think 5 or 6 years now. And like I said, I get a buzz out of it. I enjoy meeting students. I want to give back as much as possible. And I'd like to, for me, the best thing in the world would be for some of those students to go on and create amazing things, and for me to feel that I played a teeny tiny part in inspiring them and helping them get on their journey.